My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 347, Inflation. Last we left off, Shigaraki was stuck in a Thunderdome that was designed for his demise. Deku was supposed to be here, but unfortunately not. He is not there right now because, oops. Whoopsie daisy. He got dragged into the battle against Toga, which not as epic, I imagine, but yeah. So all of the heroes that are currently there's a lot of them, but among them being Bakugo, Mirko, Best Jeanist, and Eraserhead, Monoma, Phantom Thief. They're all there. They're trying to fight off Shigaraki as best they can, but Shigaraki grows a bunch of hands and smacks Mirko in the face with it. And that's where the chapter ends.
Many handed fingers.
Yeah, many hands and fingers. It's
I took a few minutes to look at that picture.
Yeah.
So I took a little break from the action, guys, but man, this was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing surprising here, but boy, do you see all of the fingers and hands and fingers. A lot of fingernails, too. I think that's what got me. The fingernails.
Yeah. The detail on them, too, man. Horikoshi really showed out.
Oh, yeah.
In the grossest way possible, but he did. But, yeah.
This looks like my hair or my nails. I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're getting into that right now. Everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? We still have him under erasure. How is this happening? And Shigaraki explains that it's just growth. This is just my body adjusting to my super cool all-for-one powers. It's just like, when your hair grows out, my hands grow out of me. It's just a normal growing boy.
Real quick, also, it's like... we already know the limitations to Shigaraki's quirks. Like I don't know why they're so surprised. I mean, not Shigaraki. Eraserhead's quirk. Like we know that he can't stop metaphysical, physical quirks. Like he can't disable
hetero. What was it? Heteromorphs. Is that what they're called? He can't stop those guys. He can't stop basically people who could transform, people who like Spinner. Or like mutations that, are physical in nature.
Like the dog police officer, there's nothing he could do for him.
Basically.
Or the chicken doctor.
Right, the chicken doctor, of course.
Right, nice.
Most importantly, the chicken doctor, of course.
I mean, the most important character in the series, honestly. He's healed Deku how many times?
Several.
He got him on a good meal plan, too.
Yeah. So yeah, Shigaraki has a bunch of hands out. They're not really sure. Mirko lost her arms and her arm and leg in this battle again, like the artificial one that they gave her so she could fight. And they have spares for her. That's pretty cool. So she grabs some of those. Pretty cool. And they try to get in touch.
Very realistic.
Yeah, I mean it's a smart idea to just have spares.
No, right, because they would break, so have spares, right?
Yeah.
And it came, I thought it made sense.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Eraserhead tries to get in contact with Midoriya, and Midoriya is trying to, talk to them, but, signal's bad. So, they're just, they can't really, they're trying to find a way to warp him, but they really can't, because Monoma can only use one quirk at a time. And switching from erasure to warp would take around 10 seconds. And if all of those fucking hands that Shigaraki has are capable of activating his decay, then they're fucked. So they cannot take their eyes off of Shigaraki at any point in time. So they just got to Midoriya's going to have to make it there on his own, and the rest of the heroes are just going to have to stall as much as they can. Meanwhile, back on Okuto Island, which is 200 kilometers offshore in the Pacific Ocean, there's this resort that Gang Orca runs. And this is his resorts they're just fighting at. So, they're fighting the Nomu. The Nobu has this cool power where he just, detaches his limbs. It reminds me of the Lizard Girl, kind of, sort of, from Class 1B, who could, break apart her body and stuff. But it's not her, obviously. The
No, it's
yeah, the guy with the teeth quirk guy is back as well. Moonfish.
oh yeah. Oh man, return of Moonfish.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'll give you one of these. Yeah. I'm glad. I like this guy. He had a really creepy ass power, and I thought they took him away too quickly.
I did too, but he's back, and now he's fulfilled in every way you wanted it to be. Oh, we see this character. I actually know this character. That's talking to Froppy, the sailor chick.
Yeah, she's a filler
And
character.
if I remember correctly, she's from an anime episode.
Yeah.
Not the manga.
Yeah, filler episode.
Yeah. I knew that. Otherwise, I would have been like, who the fuck is that? Who's the sailor chick? Like, what's her power? I actually don't remember what her power is.
Yeah.
Was it sonar or something like that? She's like a radar.
I don't remember either. Anyway. So yeah, in the ensuing chaos, they kind of lose Uraraka and Deku. So they're just trying to figure out what to do now. But that's when Toga pulls up, seemingly out of the ground. You can see like the ground folding around her. It's kind of weird. She pulls up and she's like, "Don't go, Izuku. I love you, so please don't go." And Deku's surprised because his danger sense didn't activate, despite the fact that Toga came at him with 2 whole knives. And the user of the danger sense, the One for All guy, pulls up and is like, "Well, it's not recognizing the threat she poses, because when she attacks someone, she does so out of genuine and pure affection." So, because Toga genuinely loves Deku, her attacks cannot be seen as dangerous. Like, she doesn't have the malice in her to do it. And that's where the chapter ends. This is actually a short chapter. It's like 14 pages. But yeah, that's all she wrote for this one. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I'm gonna go back to page 7.
Okay.
And I would encourage you guys as well.
Okay. Oh boy.
Whoever's listening, if you guys are following along, go to My Hero Academia, page 7.
Mm-hmm. We're here.
Okay. Are we there?
Yep.
It's just my slow ass iPad. Sorry, guys. Okay. So you see these guys in the bottom panel, right? I want you to take a good look at them.
Oh boy.
So check this out. What I realized while Shigaraki was throwing his many fingers around and encompassing the entire battlefield, what's stopping him from going after Monoma and Eraserhead? I would hope they have a plan. Bro, because if they don't, and their plan was just to shut him down, just to shut his powers down and then outmuscle him, son, this is gonna be the last time you see these guys alive. Those guys that I told you, page 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to see Best Genius get in a one-on-one fight, but
This could be his time.
oh yeah,
Maybe.
or maybe he'll just be dead the next time you see him. Maybe the whole battle will have happened off screen, and Shigaraki will be bragging about how they're so lesser than him, even without his quirks.
Well, that's interesting. Do you have any more thoughts?
I mean, that'd be gangster on Shigaraki's part. That'd be pretty lit. I'm not saying that's inherently a bad thing.
Yeah.
But because I like Best Genius, and this is the last time I'm going to see him, I think he was poorly represented as a character, therefore could not win the RGC.
Okay. That's fair.
I said that mostly to grind Brian's gears, but those are pretty much my thoughts. I'm gonna bounce off of whatever you guys say later. Brian, do you have any thoughts?
This was a very close runner-up for me, mainly because they established some really interesting stakes to this arc. Like, they finally found a way to make Toga an actual threat, which is awesome. You know, like before when you think of Toga, you don't think of somebody who's going to be like a big deal villain. But they found like a really cool way for her to be like a reasonable fight. You know what I mean? Like a reasonable character to focus on. Because they gave her an interesting way to get around Deku's quirks and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And also, last chapter I was thinking like, wait, can Shigaraki just use his decay with those things? And this chapter confirmed it, which makes the stakes for that fight even fucking wilder. Like, you gotta understand, this chapter set up some really interesting set pieces that Horikoshi could play around with. You know, like I'm highly impressed, and I hope that he has a little bit of fun with it. You know,
Yeah.
when like he
Me
is
too.
like it seems like this is everything he was kind of building the fights up for, like building up all that planning and all that stuff. He was setting all that up just so he could get to this point, and it shows. Like already, My Hero Academia is like 20 times more exciting than it was like for the past month, and it's because of this situation that they're in. So I'm really looking forward to next week. You know, I love a good conundrum for the heroes to try to figure out. And I hope it's like a slugfest back and forth type of thing, like it was during the raid or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I have a quick rebuttal. Brian, do you know who Black Widow is?
Oh God.
No, I don't. Sorry,
You don't? The Avenger?
I've
The
never. No,
Almighty Avenger.
No, I've never heard of her.
Marvel. Okay, well, I'm gonna.
I only know about Hawkeye. Sorry.
Well, interesting you say that. But I'm going to focus on Black Widow for those that don't know. Okay? She is arguably one of the most powerful humans
Oh my God.
in all of Marvel. So, you know, when I think about Toga, I think about Black Widow. Like, she's incredibly lethal and powerful. Think about Mystique. What's her power? She changes into people. And what else? She can beat people up mad good.
I have a feeling you're saying this not
just stronger than them. She's just better than she's just better than you.
okay.
Unless you're more high profile or the plot set. She becomes a victim of plot armor. You know what I'm saying? That's Mystique's issue. She loses fights she shouldn't because of plot.
Mm-hmm.
She truly is you get the point, Brian. All right? You get the point. Toga's incredibly powerful, so I would take it. I would appreciate it if you stopped disrespecting her like that.
He didn't. He said that she was very powerful.
At least in this scenario, I feel like if she was against anybody else,
always been that strong,
yes,
bro.
I feel like if she
Always been on
didn't
top
have
of
like an emotional
Always
connection
been on-
to
all right.
to knock it off. if she wasn't like if she didn't have this emotional connection to these characters, I feel like her fight would be less interesting. Because if you think about it, like, what is the solution for this problem? Like, what is the solution for Deku's problem? He would have to make her not love him anymore. So it adds like a moral dilemma to this fight. It's not just I'm gonna punch you and I'm gonna win. It's also like a moral dilemma that's been plaguing both Uraraka and Deku. Like, how do you handle a situation like this? You know,
And Deku
without
needs
being a monster.
and be like, stop it.
Stop.
Stop it.
It's like, who's the real hero? Who's the real villain? That's what I feel like they go with when it comes to Toga. You know?
It's
I
Toga.
think you bring up a really good point, Brian. Because I was thinking about that too. How are they going to handle this fight? What are they going to do? Kill her? Lock her up for something that's not really her fault? She needs help. That's for sure. She needs to get the fuck away from people that she can harm. That's for sure. She needs a lot of help. I don't think she needs to get defeated and maimed.
Yeah.
And die by accident when the hero tries to save her. But you know how that goes.
Yeah. I also like this chapter quite a bit. I mean, obviously, the art's awesome. This one panel with Shigaraki and his weird hand spores are really cool. Mad detail. Love it. yeah, there's a lot going on here. I do agree with Brian that the stakes for this are interesting. Hopefully, if he does like play this out and just like shows all these battles going on for a while, it could be it could make for a bunch of fun chapters. It's ostensibly like a time bomb, you know, because you're right, Josh. What is to stop Shigaraki from going after Monoma? But I think that's the game for them, is to make sure that he doesn't.
His edge shot, he's gonna stop.
I mean, Shigaraki
that's what it's gonna be all about, protecting them. That's what it's gonna turn into, stalling out and trying to protect them for as long as they can.
Basically, I mean, you know, he doesn't have his powers right now, so
but he can still destroy them.
Yeah, who knows? What? Who knows what's gonna happen in that? On Toga's front, yeah, I'm honestly not like ultra invested in the Toga storyline. But I think there is something to be said that Toga is now a threat because she can use people's quirks when she transforms. So she's not just Black Widow, Josh.
She's Black Widow with the fucking Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, she can. She has twice as blood, so she
relatively speaking.
So she could use twice his powers, and who knows? She could have taken a bunch of people's powers. She has like probably a bunch of people's blood. She has Uraraka's abilities. You know,
True.
she has stuff that she could bring in terms of battle that could be interesting. I mean, they're gonna have to fight her a little bit. They can't just like talk her down, especially since they're in the middle of a damn battlefield where everyone around them's fighting. So, I don't know. Another problem this presents is that Deku's 200 kilometers away, which is a lot of kilometers.
How far is like 1 kilometer? Like a mile or something?
Yeah, Brian, can you look up how far 200 kilometers is in miles? Because I have no idea. It feels like a lot. Because kilometers.
Dude, I don't even know how many miles away most stuff is. I don't drive.
It's less than a mile away.
Oh, really? No way.
No.
Stop it.
Meter.
No
right,
way.
It's 124 miles away.
Okay, that's better. Less than
it was on meters. It was not on kilometers.
World, so fair enough, yeah.
124 miles away. So, you know, that's another problem. It's like, how is Deku even going to get there?
Brian, could you check how many miles is New York to like DC?
It's not that much. It's not 200 kilometers. It can't be.
Maybe it is.
But yeah, that's the Toga thing.
226 miles.
Whoa, looks like I was wrong.
He was wrong, everybody.
I didn't think it would be on the dot. I
don't think it was on the dot, but it was very close. I didn't think it would be that much.
He was incorrect. Get his ass.
DC. That's what he went. How many kilometers? 200 kilometers away, you said?
Yeah, 200 kilometers away.
Yeah, Monoma sent these niggas, man. Up the coast.
Yeah.
Like Kumadori. I think Kumadori
flew 200 kilometers.
Like 200 kilometers.
Yeah, when Chopper tossed his ass, he went 200 kilometers away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole bunch of thoughts about My Hero. I think that's where it is. I also think it's more interesting. This isn't my runner up, but it is very closely tied to my actual runner up. Because I do find this somewhat interesting. It was a short chapter, and I definitely felt like it was a short chapter.
It was a really short chapter, man.
But looking forward to it. My Hero is not on break next week, so that's nice. At the very
I wanted to say that this. Oh, sorry to cut you off, but I just want to comment. This fight on the beach looks fucking crazy. I hope we get to see details of it, and not it's just happening in the background while Toga, reads out over Midoriya. Okay, that's it.
They are indeed getting it in there. Like,
remember when the Nomus was so cool? Like,
the Nomus are cool.
Yeah.
The high-end Nomus were cool. I think only like one of them has been defeated since the war. Like during the war. They still have like 6.
Okay.
But yeah. Also, once again, the art is Horikoshi is a fantastic artist. I mean, it's part of the appeal. It's like one of the reasons like I like to collect the volumes. I need this art in my house.